ja sam Petrit Čeku, upravo sam svirao jedan predstav u ovoj dvorani Tchaikovsky i kipim od uzbuđenja.
Hi everybody, it's Guitar Virtuosos 2016 and it was our second concert featuring Petrit Çeku from Croatia and Ricardo Gallen from Spain.
Ole! He's fixing his nails.
Yeah,
After the battle, you have to fix the casualties.
We had another night of full hall, and I would like to ask some questions to our artists. So Petrit, did I understand you right that you have orchestral thinking of the music you play on the guitar?
Well, yes. It's a challenge, right, on the guitar to make a distinction between voices, and it's become sort of an obsession for me. It's even an obsession even in a very simple situation, like even if you're playing something from the classical period, some etude or something, it's still difficult on the guitar to make a distinction between the melody, accompaniment, and the bass line. And in the purpose of doing that, I might give I need my imagination to work, to stimulate me to distinct different voices. So I basically cannot play even a single piece without thinking of it in an orchestral way, in an experimental sort of way. That's what keeps me going in a way.
So you do your own orchestration of the piece, right?
In my head, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, in my head I do that. It's all imaginary, but that imagination for me is very, very essential. I quite think that that kind of approach is very, I might say, it was very visible in all the Russian musicians of the 20th century, of the pianists. You played with Petniev, oh my God. Him, for example, especially. And I've read in the interviews and I realized that whatever they do is a result of their imagination, is a result of, because music is not only music, it cannot have only one layer, it has different layers, you know. But of course, that is not to say that behind every piece of music there's a story. That's very abstract. But you have to build some sort of narration, and the orchestration itself makes a great construction to have a narration. You know, when you have a conversation between flutes and the clarinets, violins, cellos, whatever, that keeps you going, that inspires me to go on and play more. Right?
Well, Ricardo, of course, everybody is interested in the story behind the sonata you played by Leo Brouwer. So, just when it was written, how did it happen? Like, whose idea was that? And of course, what's behind the name, the title of the piece itself and the movements?
Well, I think this. I don't know how it started, actually. The point is that many years ago, since I first met Leo, I had the idea one day about commission one piece to him. But I know that it's pretty difficult because at that time he composed only one guitar sonata and he was not really motivated about doing another sonata or something like this. And usually Leo is a person who is working by motivation, let's say. It's not just that, okay, unless he's paid a lot of money, like all of us, I think, you know. But the first point is that he feels really comfortable, and so then he's composing. So a couple of times I suggested that I would like to have a piece, but not exactly a sonata, something like this. But you know, it's like in a coffee bar conversation, no? That you speak about this, but nothing is really fixed. This could have been something like 2008, 2009. The point is that I stopped thinking of this idea. I just had a lot of collaboration with Leo, but I never thought again about this idea. And then once I was in a Cuba festival in Havana, one festival that he organized in 2012, I think it was, yeah. And during one of those dinner conversations, he was speaking about many things, telling stories, jokes, and so on. And then he said something like, yes, because the two movements of your sonata. And then I thought, no, probably he's joking, you know, because sometimes it's like suggesting things, but maybe, who knows what will happen. But I didn't ask. So 2 days or 3 days after, again, during another conversation in dinner, he said again the same thing. And then I said, Maestro, stop talking. Are you seriously saying that you are composing something for me? And then Isabel, his wife, who was in the other side of the table, she was paying attention to the conversation. And then she said, oh, didn't we tell you, Ricardo? Yes, the maestro is writing a sonata for you. And then, I got really touched because I never expected, I never came to my mind. So he sent me a couple of those first movements. It was, I think, the second and the third, I think. And then months later, he sent me the full piece. He told me that he didn't know if the piece will have 2 movements, only 3 or 4. It's just like saying like where the music takes me or leads me. So I don't know. I have to listen to the music, to hear to myself, whatever, and then where the music takes me, and then I will know how many movements the piece will have.
Yeah.
So it was not let's say, a set plan for me or whatever, or not even in his mind. So when I got the score, I got the urtext, the manuscript, of course without a title, just Sonata number 4. And then it was at the end when we were about to do the premiere that he put the title. And then he thought about this, about the thinker, the Sonata del Pensador. He knows me very well for the last 15 years, and he knows that I'm also in the opinion of you both, that I think of orchestration all the time. I analyze the pieces, I study a lot in order to understand the music and not just play by instinct, you know. Okay, the instinct is the last thing that you put on the top. Obviously. It's like the final cream of the cake, you know? That's it. And then, of course, when I started to study the piece, I was analyzing it, and then I discovered that, because it was a little bit strange, as you heard the piece today, it's not the typical guitaristical language of Leo. It sounds different. So I was thinking of where this music comes from, because Leo is always using material from his other pieces. So I'm also very interested in his orchestral music, cello, piano music, and then I found out that the main themes are based in pieces, piano pieces that he composed during the 60s. Yeah. It's called Diez Bocetos, 10 sketches for piano. Each one is dedicated to a different person. And some of the motifs of the first movement, the third movement are from those piano pieces. So what I did is just to learn the piano pieces in order to understand the pedal, the phrasing, the resonances and everything. And according to this, I changed fingerings of Leo, I added harmonics, all those things in order to get this pedal atmosphere, pedal effect. And then, in fact, when I asked Leo about those ideas, he told me that the fingerings that he wrote, they are only suggestions for let's say, most of the people in order to be played. But it's not the final point. If you get something better, of course,
Sure,
you have to do it. The music is the first thing, you know. So this more or less was the thing. And then when I analyzed the piece, I found out that it was based, the first and second movement in this, I don't know how it's called in English, the golden number. This proportion 1.6, you know, the
called
beauty.
Ratio.
Ratio. That's it. And it was really, really so excited to be counting the bars and to see how the proportion fits with the numbers, you know, and the structure of the piece, the main points with the structure of this mathematical equation. Yeah. So it was really, really so great.
Yeah, that's why he made you think basically as it is natural to you.
Yeah. But with Leo, you know, it's very funny because he's suggesting things, but he's not telling you everything.
Right.
It's like, for example, you're in a conversation with him and he's saying things like, yes, because, for example, the paintings of Klimt, and that's all, but he doesn't explain the relation with the painting. So it's
you
like
find the connection.
Yeah, that's it.
Connect the dots.
He gives the seed, and then you have to find out. When I played for him the first sonata, I remember that he told me, I asked him about the second movement, the Scriabin, and then he told me, oh yeah, the atmosphere of Scriabin, you know. And then I said, okay. So I will try to find a piece, but of course it doesn't exist. Right. There is no piece. It's just the mystic chord. Yeah. Of a Scriabin made of fourths and everything. So he knew it, but he didn't tell me. So he just threw the clue for me to find.
Yeah.
So this is this challenge I really love.
The movement with the meditation is, it was more or less exactly what I expected, like how Leo Brouwer imagines the meditation, and it was pretty much at that point. But the rest, like, there are also like some guitarists also making jokes like, okay, like, is he got any problems with memory? maybe like, and then you recovered, and that's how the sonata appeared.
I think somehow it's like a small or brief history of his life. Probably the first movement coming to the 60s, the second movement, I think it's pretty modern and has nothing to do with those pieces, though in structure it is. Of course, and there is one common thing in all the pieces that he's using always his typical scale invented, let's say, by Korsakov, you know, the one tone, semitone scale. This is the nexus with all the movements. Then the third movement, he's passing from the piano music to guitar music. This is the theme, the central theme is a part of the concerto, Helsinki concerto. For example, the first theme of the third movement is also one of the piano pieces. And then the last is like a celebration, you know, like a party, like nowadays, okay, we forget about all those things and let's have fun. Leo, it's in the opinion of this yin-yang idea, you know, that the good, the thin, light, darkness, I don't know, fast, slow, contrast, you know. So I think that he was a kind of a jumping from different eras in his life.
how do you feel on this stage? Because the stage is very difficult, I believe, for me.
You know, this hall has a lot of weight, you know, and being that it's so big, you know, I have to say it's rare that I play in such a big hall, and then when I do, I feel like I need to concentrate on all my efforts to get the attention of the hall, to create a presence in this hall. But what makes the weight bigger for me is that so many great musicians have played here. And personally, I was very involved with listening to Russian musicians of the 20th century, and I'm talking about the interpreters, let alone the composers that were before, but I'm talking about the golden age of Richters and Gilels and all the company. So having that in mind gives me a very warm sense of, I don't know, responsibility that I feel in this hall, and it's really, it's a beautiful feeling, combined with a lot of fear.
What about you?
No, in this sense, I don't have this kind of fear, let's say, only just to have a blackout, or usually I don't have it, but you never know. When you put the automatic, sometimes it's
and
like
then you play this recuperation of the memory, and
that's okay. That's it. No, to me, be on the stage is a motivation to give my best, and also responsibility, of course, because of all the great musicians who played here, and all of the great musicians that you are here in front. You know, so it's a big thing. But for this reason, I have to focus and give my best. So. In my case, I feel that when I play on the stage, I go up, let's say, more than I play. Usually I think that I play better on the stage than at home, for example. Mm-hmm. It's not a typical thing that, at home everything works, but then on the stage you get panic. I don't.
Yeah.
I get worried, a little bit nervous, of course, because I want to do it good. I don't want to disappoint you. But it's like, okay, now or never. I have to.
Yeah.
And then this is pushing me. For example, I was even surprised, and maybe because of this power that I was using today, that I was playing with, made me break my nail. I never played, for example, the three pieces by Rodrigo with this power as I played here.
Yeah.
Also, because of the whole, I felt that you can give more, and then the whole is responding, you know? Yeah. So it's like wow, it's giving me, so let's go.
What happened with your Rodrigo was really insane. It touched the actual.
I promise you, I never played like this.
It was.
I
don't
played
think
always
anybody ever did.
Powerful, but never so like kind of flamenco power, you know. I never, and this gave me this whole, and all of you here.
Yeah, it was spectacular.
Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, I'm very. I was very happy that I shared the stage with Ricardo. I'm very honored, first of all. Do you know there's a coincidence here? We both record for the same publishing company, same label. Like from this year, we're recording for Eudora, and that happened because I heard a recording of Ricardo, and I was so fascinated. You know, with everything.
About the sound of the recording.
No. Yeah, I'm not commenting the talk.
Some parts of the parts of the recording.
No, it was who listens to the music anyway, right?
He likes the booklet.
Who likes songs?
The booklet is fantastic.
The sound was great.
The sound was.
Yeah, somebody told me tonight, you know, you looked great and the lighting was excellent.
And what?
The lights were excellent. Kidding, nobody did.
Okay, guys, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
It was a pleasure for us to listen to you.
Thank you all.
Thank you for this chance to share the concert with you.